I wanted to do a flip through of the current junk journal that I just finished. I used an old book that I found from Dollar Store, and I decoupaged some cutouts from a gift bag that I also got at the Dollar Tree, and I just stuck them all on the spine and the cover in order to cover what was there. And so I decided to make it sort of a flower themed. So the front has a pocket, which I made, and then I created 2 tags made out of napkins, also Mod Podged onto a manila envelope. And this was part of the gift bag that I pulled the images from on the cover, and I just made a tag out of the tag it came with. And then there's a lot of flower paper, but there's also some other cutouts from the book, or I'm sorry, the gift bag. So I cut them out and I glued them to the page, the white page. And then I had some other scraps of paper, so I tried to reuse what I had in stock. And this was some paper that I bought a long time ago to make an invitation, and have the scroll on it. And then I also had a book, an atlas book, so I cut out some of the pages for that and I used it. And then that's the other side. And then just a piece of paper. Oh, actually this is some, what is that stuff called? Ledger paper that I used. And then a doily. And more flower paper. This is hard to do one-handed. The other side. And then I tea-dyed some paper, so this is one of that. And I also got some old books from the thrift store, some music books, and I used that. This paper is also from a thrift store. It's very hard to do. So I accidentally put this stuff in upside down, but I thought I kind of liked it, so I kept it. This is a receipt that I got at the dollar store, and this was something I got at the thrift store as well. It was like a certificate you give out children in school, and so I put that in there. On the other side, I created a pocket, and I made a tag also out of the napkin, and I decoupaged onto an envelope. And this is a manila envelope. And then I created a tag based off a vellum quote that I liked. And then I glued on some flowers that I already had. And I just closed the book. And I stuck it in the pot. More flower paper. And another pocket that I made out of flower paper, and another tag that I made out of the napkin that I decoupaged. Some writing paper that I got at the dollar store. And this is some more, this one's actually tea-dyed paper. Some additional flower paper, just in a different... Oh no, this is an envelope. Sorry, I forgot. I made an envelope. And this is out of some flower paper I bought. This is more writing paper, or the other side of the writing paper. This is another tea-dyed piece of paper that I cut out a flower from the gift bag and pasted on. This is just a regular piece of paper, but I cut off some other pieces of flower paper as an embellishment on the top. the other half of the manila envelope. This is the other half of the certificate, and the other half of the receipt, and the other half of that flower paper, and the other half of the music paper. This is another tea dye paper that I put a journal card that I already had, a basket of flowers, and then this is just a piece of scrapbook paper that I just pasted some flower paper onto the corner so you can tuck something in there. And then another doily, and I tea dyed this one, although it's probably hard to tell. Ledger paper, another atlas page. Uh-oh, okay. And then I had some ribbon, some flower ribbon that I just liked, so I went ahead and I covered the end of the page with it, and you can also tuck something there too. Some more of the scroll paper. That's the end of the first signature, and the second signature has more beautiful flower paper. I put another pocket, and I had a journal card with flowers on it, so I decided to include that. And it tucks in there. More tea-dyed paper. This is I thought I made this a tuck spot, but it may not be. Oh yeah, this is a tuck spot made out of flower paper. And then the other side is more scroll paper. Some ledger paper that I folded in. And music paper. Writing paper, which is really hard to see. Just a blank page for once. And then I put some sort of paper washi tape with flowers on this side. Another receipt. This one's right side up this time. And then another certificate for reading. And then I glue down some additional paper flowers that I had on the corner. Another atlas page. This is a blank page with a journal card that I had that was a flower. The other half of the page. Another doily that's tea dyed. And this is a Storytime Good Listener certificate that I also got at a thrift store. There's a bunch of teaching paper products in a whole packet. And then more paper dye, or tea dyed paper. And this is out of the Atlas book. It's a World Statistic little page. And then I made an envelope, another envelope, out of flower paper. And the other half of that statistics page, more tea-dyed paper. The other half of the listener certificate, and I just glued some more paper washi tape on there. And more flower paper. Come to the end, so it's very hard to flip. Another piece of small atlas, and then the other half of that certificate. This is another blank sheet that I glued a journal card onto that's also flowers. The other half of this receipt. More writing paper. And then on this one I stuck a heart with some flowers on it. And I cut off a piece of this music paper just so that it would be interesting. More ledger paper. More scroll paper. More tea-dyed paper. And then this pocket I made out of flower paper, and then I had the journal card in it. And then the last page is just more flower paper, and then I glued a tiny little rose at the end of it, just for emphasis. And that's it. My first junk journal.